Hey, what up, Triple Scoopers? It's your boy DJ J Steezy.
DJ Jedi.
And Big Mike, he's in my...
He's still on vacation.
I guess so. You didn't get the memo?
Nah.
All right, well, anyways, today's special guest on Triple Scoop Ent, we have Rosalie Jasso.
A.K.A. Rose.
A.K.A. Rose, La Flor.
Oh, I like that one. Como La Flor. There you go.
La Flor.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm trademarking it. So,
You're like,
This guy's all, he's all about the money right here. Look at him.
it came from me. They said it on this show right here.
I can edit it out. Just kidding.
But anyways, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited.
So let everybody know who you are and for the people.
I
that don't know.
mean,
She's very modest. She ain't gonna do that.
I don't really feel like
She's gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. I already know her. Anyways. Number one, we want to address thank you for serving our country.
Yes.
Got to start off with that. Marines, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
She ain't joking around, guys. So, and number two, for those that don't know, she also does a little bit of modeling, and we wanted to know how you got into that, and maybe some of your fans, are curious, like, hey, how'd you get into that?
Actually, it was like super random. The photographer that reached out to me was for the veterans shoot. That's the one that you see mostly, the calendars. Okay. I had been following him for like a year and a half. He followed me back, but his prices were like way too expensive for me to like ever afford. Uh-huh. But I used to always, just like his pictures. Well, he does these veteran shoots, these veteran calendars every year. And one of the girls wasn't able to because she was still active duty and her command wasn't going to let her go or something.
Oh, sure.
And I happened to put a picture, I guess, a revealing cleavage picture.
Cleavage out there.
Yeah.
Look at me. No, I'm just kidding.
And really the funny thing is I was just like trying to make my ex-boyfriend mad.
Wow. Oh. It worked.
And so I was just being stupid, to be honest. I was just being dumb. Anyways, I put that picture out, whatever. The photographer happens to open his phone, and he said I was the one that popped up, and he was like, let me ask her. And yeah, he reached out to me, and I was just like in awe that he would want me, to be in his calendar.
But prior to this, did you do any modeling
No.
or pictures or?
Really?
It was just like.
Yeah,
wow.
I would do like my fitness shows, things like that. But no, that's it.
Now, fitness shows. Let the people know what that is.
Okay, so I do like bodybuilding. There's different divisions. So I do NPC. That's the type that I do. But there's different categories. I've done WBFF as well. But anyway, so what you do is you just lean down and you just show your body, like pretty much your hard work, the muscle that you put on or whatever, and they judge you based off your body, like your muscle, your definition, your hamstrings, your striations or your biceps or whatever. So that's where I got started. So that was like maybe 2 years ago when I did my first show. So I think like from there I maybe started just being more open with my fitness journey. I mean, I had always been posting it, but only my family and like a few friends were following me then. And I think just like little by meeting people and just on Instagram, people started.
Now, I know you from school and always a petite little girl. Was it really hard gaining that muscle though?
No, it wasn't like ridiculously hard. It's just.
Like, you had to change your diet, or?
The thing is, I had both my kids, so my body changed a lot from there and after. And obviously, I was in the Marine Corps, so I'm pretty sure that I gained muscle in there as well. I don't feel like I've had like a hard time, because there's people who have way harder time. They're like petite people. They have to really really eat, and I'm not like that. My body will put on muscle, pretty regular, lose it, but I'll also gain the fat regular and all kind of. So it's pretty normal, but it was my first time eating like correctly for bodybuilding. So a lot of the times people go in the gym and they don't change because they're not eating right. So I tell people it's like having a plant. Like if you're not feeding your plant, guess what? It's not going to grow that that good. But if you're feeding it, what it needs to, then it's going to grow strong, big, produce. So it's the same thing with your muscles. So once I started eating like good, I mean, my body just changed like dramatically.
And for that, like for the competitions, is it different compared to how you were working out fitness before?
No, because I've always been very like aggressive when I'm like working out. Like I always like, I don't just go in there and tell myself like, oh, I'm gonna do these and I'm gonna do 10 sets or do 10 reps, and okay, I do my 10 reps. No, if I have 12 in me, if I have 15, like I always like struggle for my last
And
one.
is it 7 days a week or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was my
No,
next
probably
question.
more.
But it sounds like therapy also.
Yeah,
Right? Like
so,
just
yeah.
whatever you're going through, kids or
Yeah.
whatever.
So I pretty much, there was one show where I didn't skip the gym, but like one time, and my coach was like, I'm making you stay home and rest. Like you cannot go to the gym.
Wow.
So and that's with morning cardio and then going back for your gym session too. So it's more dedication when it comes to the shows because there is no end ifs or but if they if they tell you to eat 10 ounces or they don't tell you that much, but we'll say 5 ounces, it's to the T. If you have to take off a piece of side or whatever, cut it off so it's 4 ounces, 5 ounces, whatever it is, then that's what you do. If they tell you do this amount of cardio, that's what you do. So you follow everything to the T. So with me, it's difficult because I have my 2 kids.
Right.
And then I go to school full time, and I was personal training, and I was working. So
Damn.
it was just sometimes I was waking up at 2:45 in the morning.
When'd you
to get my
sleep?
Cardio. Yeah, I'm
No
like,
sleep.
that's pretty bad because sleeping is really important. But I'm really bad when it comes
That's what I
to
was
sleep.
saying. Especially, you know, being
Yeah.
a physical trainer, you know, you do need your sleep.
Yeah,
And,
it's like really important. But
and when did you get into? When was it when you got into physical training?
well, I mean, I guess I did a little bit in the Marine Corps, obviously, because I had to.
Right.
But it wasn't until like after I had both my kids, and my body was like not, it's like shedding, going back to normal. Like my first son and the second one, and my brother's the captain here at the fire department, and so he was trying to get his firefighters into fitness. And he started this group called Fit Junkies. I don't know if any of you guys are on it, but so him and one of his firefighter friends, they did that, and I just kind of joined to support my brother, like with no intentions of actually getting fit, you know. But like all of my family was getting fit, so I was like the one that least into it until I had my kids, like I said, and then I started getting into it, and I don't know, it's just become a passion, and then like, you know, I had some difficult times. You know, after I separated from my kid's dad, and it was my therapy. So, like, it's where I release my stress, like, whether it be school or life or whatever, it's like my go-to. And it's my alone time because if not, I'm with my kids or doing something like.
I was going to ask,
rest.
like, when you're not working out, you're with the kids.
Yeah.
What do you guys like to do? Hobbies? Because I'm sure you're asked these questions, like, for the magazine as well. It's like, we want to know what you do on your normal time. Like, or is there no normal time?
Like, my kids are, like, just like me because if we're either doing something, I tell my kids we're a team. So sometimes we're just at practice, watching them practice. Sometimes they like going to, like, Dave and Buster's. We like going out places.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's just, like, Hollywood, walking the strip or something like that, Monster Jam, things like that.
Oh, that's cool.
My kids play a lot outside, and even if it's just that, sometimes I'll just go outside and hang out with all the neighborhood kids.
Yeah. And with the magazine thing, has that opened doors to you to like something?
You know
different?
what? Not yet, because it's still like the ongoing competition. I just did that. I happened to like stumble across it. I did it. I actually wasn't gonna advertise it. I wasn't gonna tell anybody I did it.
Really?
I was gonna chicken out. And then one of the girls that I went to did the calendar shoot with in Las Vegas, 2 of them were doing it, and she posted hers, and I was like, oh my god, I signed up too, but I'm too embarrassed. And she was like, don't be embarrassed, you know, put it out there. And my brother was like, you need to stop being so like, because I get like intimidated, and like I always get like I need that push sometimes, and he's always like the perfect person to do it. And I was just like, okay, so I did it, and I mean everybody was pretty positive, so I just kept on doing it.
Speaking of magazine, guys, the magazine you're talking about is actually Maxim magazine.
Yeah.
Right. So she's actually.
Yeah. So if this gets edited in time, you guys go vote every single day, 24 hours.
Yeah. And actually, I just seen the voting. I went in to check, and you're on the number 1 spot, huh?
Yeah, in my group. So the way it works is, like last year, this is based off last year. What I'm about to say is there was like 10,000 girls. They did like 144 groups, and then the first round they cut like 50, which was and they kept the top 20, then the top 15, the top 10. So if it's like the same numbers as last year, they've already cut like 9,000 something.
Damn.
And there's just like a few of us left. So if I can keep that top one, and it's 144 groups, I'll have at least made 144 out of like 10,000 girls, and that to me is like
That's
amazing
big.
enough, you know.
Yeah.
But and then from there they separate them into more groups, and they kind of do the same thing. So
Now, were you surprised on your Instagram following how it grew? Did it grow?
Yeah.
How it grew tremendously?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty much when I met with the photographer for the first time. First of all, we met first. I was like, oh, you need to see me in person because Instagrams can be a little shady sometimes.
That Snapchat filter, guys.
It is, and I'm not gonna lie, I use that Snapchat filter too. So I was like, we should meet in person. He was like, yeah, of course, because we were gonna be in Vegas for a week, so he wanted me to meet him too, so I could feel comfortable. So, anyways, I met him, and I told him like, I was intimidated because these other girls. There was one. There's one. She has like 1.4 million followers. Her name's Kindly. Go follow her if you're not. She's freaking awesome. Anyways, but then some of them, the lowest was like maybe 27,000, and then there was me like 4,000 or 3,000. Right. He's like, don't worry about it. Like that's the way sometimes they start. And yeah, sure enough, even just from there, I think I started growing a little bit, and I barely hit 10,000. Like a week or like maybe a week and a half ago when I was at the premiere. Actually, it was that night. And then
what premiere?
What
premiere?
The movie premiere.
See, she's going places.
No.
She just don't talk about it. Right?
No, yeah. Honestly, it's just been like overwhelming. Just like really, that calendar shoot really opened up a lot because I just met a lot of amazing women, and I got invited to the movie premiere from one of the girls and her boyfriend. Oh, cool. It was Running with the Devils, and the director was a Navy SEAL, and her boyfriend's a Navy SEAL, so a lot of the Navy SEALs went. And yeah, so she invited me out there. It was fun. Nicolas Cage was there, Tommy Lee was there, Lauren Fishburne. There was like a lot of people there. So, it was
getting a taste of that. Does it make you like, I could try this acting thing?
I would honestly, I've always been like this, very open-minded. Like, I'll try anything for the most part. I might not be good at it. They might not keep me. But I've actually been an extra. But cool. It was like just an extra in the background. But yeah, heck yeah, if somebody would be like, oh, try acting.
See, guys, she has experience. She'll be in the next movie.
No, because the reason I'm saying is because, from modeling and that just exploding in itself, it can take you anywhere.
Now this versus the other one where the body challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know the correct terminology. I'm sorry. What do you prefer?
I am kind of. The thing is, so the modeling, I feel like it's not really like fitness related. It's just more like modeling. But I do a lot with, it's like the veterans or military or guns or whatever, and I like that because I feel more comfortable with that. I've done like the bikini shoots with the photographer because he does that line, and so I'll do that for him. But it's just easier because you're in your camouflage. It's just so much like it's grungier, which I'm pretty tomboyish, so like I'm not like super girly, so it fits me perfect. But it's not really like fitness. So ideally, if I could do something, it'd be a mixture of both. I think like do like fitness and videos. But in the fitness side, and then also stick to fitness, like doing diets for people and things like that. I prefer, I like both of them. I don't see myself, I might compete one more time. I'm in the middle of trying to figure out if that's what I want to promote, because you really put in a lot of work. You get unhealthy lean, but you're not ever actually like living that for like a long period. It's just for the show days, but I mean, it kind of messes with me. Like, it messes with my mind because you see yourself lean all the time, and then you look at yourself after you've gained weight. Like right now, I'm like 17 pounds over my stage weight. So I look at myself and I feel like, oh man, I'm so overweight, and that's not real, Right. When you compare yourself to like a regular person, you're fine. So I'm not really sure if I want to stick to that, to competing, just because I just think it messes with me like mentally.
Sounds like the modeling niche got you. It's like,
But see, the modeling that I've done, it's not like you don't have to be super fit or thin. It's more just because it's like veterans type versus like we'll say like a runway model who's like super skinny. Like I don't even think I can get that thin. I have way too much muscle.
Their diet is drink water with lemon.
Yeah.
No lemon.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. Right now. I don't even know what I want to do. I'm just trying to take every opportunity.
What about like maybe like a channel, like a YouTube channel on fitness?
I'm so like embarrassed
really?
to talk, and I'm super like intimidated.
But it would probably help with everything else you're doing.
I know people tell me that, but yeah.
You just gotta forget the camera's there.
Yeah, no.
Like,
what camera?
I'll have her do a fitness challenge.
Oh my gosh. No, because she's going to make us do it. We know how that goes.
And we need it, too.
That's not a bad idea.
We need it. Yeah. But yeah. And so you're a physical trainer, personal trainer. Where at?
Mm-hmm.
What
at 413.
413.
Yeah.
In Imperial, California.
Nice. Nice little plug.
Yeah, that's an awesome gym.
Plug.
Because I love the name, too. The 413 for the Bible verse.
Right.
So, I love that.
413, yeah. We don't want to talk about 413.
We love you.
We love you, but
our challenge kind of like went.
It went south.
We're eating donuts right before we started recording.
Oh my god, guys! I'm just joking.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm actually trying to stay good with my diet. I might have a video shoot coming up, so
oh cool.
There's a lot of exciting stuff that I kind of like try not to share, just in case it doesn't work out or something, But yeah, hopefully you guys see some good stuff soon.
Nice.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming to the show. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
We'll keep you guys posted to see how she's doing. Of course, she's gonna win.
I feel like she is.
I don't think so, but if I did, everybody in the valley is getting a signed autograph for voting for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy.
So, we just want to let you know that you're on our show and you're welcome back anytime.
Awesome.
And
he's just trying to get into a movie premiere. You can't feel it. That's what I'm
I don't even know how I got in. Sorry, bro.
No, come on.
But if you need a DJ, shameless plug.
No, but seriously, you're part of the Triple Scoop family now, and you're welcome back anytime. And if you want to promote anything, say you come out with a line or anything, you never know where life can take you. Yeah. And like I said, you're more than welcome to do promotions on here with us at any time.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Cool. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to vote.
Yes.
Vote, yes.
Every day.
We'll have the link somewhere down in the description somewhere. So
yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Somewhere down there. On our page. But yeah, so thank you for coming.
Cool.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.